Mashaba, again, when I had the chance to speak to him, I asked him, are you regretful of having trusted the DA into moonshotting you away from ANC, and they went behind your back and made plans with them and GNU'd you out of power? He said, no, it's not. It's not a mistake, because he calls it's not a mistake because it was a decision. But when I spoke to Lerato Ngobeni, of course, he admits it's a mistake, having trusted DA. And with the recent parliamentary gymnastics, now we know that he has learned his lessons not to trust DA a lot. But then people are saying he saved the country, he saved the VAT, now we've got a budget. But others are saying SMSes was hoodwinked into the Tsotsitsa ANC because they are untrustworthy. That VAT is 0.5 tricked SMSes into supporting something that is not there, and hence people are going to court. So it's very complex for us who are not members of parliament. In layman's terms, consistent with what you've been saying, just try to paint a picture and don't complicate it. What happened, and do you think if something is dishonorable, it has to be the ANC and not yourselves?
So let's start with the moonshot multi-party charter, so-called. It was not a mistake. It was, and first we didn't trust the DA. We never trusted the DA. We never trusted, you don't trust political parties that you work with. You don't trust competitors because they're always going to try and outwit you, outsmart you, outplay you. So you don't trust them. What you do is you operate with a good faith principle. So we went into that thing with a good faith principle. Why did we do it? At that time, South Africans were, and they still are, exhausted. 52 political parties, ballots, long story. So we wanted to demonstrate that working together is possible. So actually, that multi-party charter was the first iteration of the so-called GNU, as we know it now. It was a gamble. We took the gamble because we wanted to demonstrate that we could take our own interests out of it. You know that Mashaba and a lot of other people have got serious traumatic experiences and dislike for the DA as it is. And I don't like to talk about the DA a lot, but you've asked the question, so I'm going to answer it. But to say, I can take my own self-interest if it's going to benefit the country, right? So that was the first iteration of this today's GNU. We did it with the multi-party. Didn't work out. Yes, it did hurt us. But they were not the only people who hurt us. The emergence of MKP came in, hurt everyone. Because South Africans are looking for something. And what is beautiful about what is happening in our country, in my view, is that we are growing. You know, all this push and pull that we're doing. And it makes me very encouraged to say, I think South Africa, we don't yet have a danger of being under despotic type rule. Our people will always shift. Our civil society is strong. And so that's the first part of your question. Being hoodwinked, we held a press conference straight after the parliamentary vote. And we made it abundantly clear to South Africans. We voted for a budget framework with the proviso that South Africans can be saved from a VAT increase. People say, no, that's unlawful. When you said, well, people are taking the whole process to court. Mm-hmm. It's very funny because the very same people participated in that process.
They play, they lose, then they complain.
They play, they lose, then they go to court. It's crazy. I mean, you don't even have to have been in Parliament to understand process. Let's just be layman. You said layman's terms. Let's be fair. You go to a portfolio committee. What those detractors or those people who are saying what they're saying now, the easiest thing for them to do to delegitimate the process was just to collapse that meeting. Don't show up, break the quorum. Let the meeting not correlate. If a meeting doesn't correlate, meaning you don't have 50+1 people who are members of that committee, who are voting members of that committee, not attending, the meeting doesn't sit. So it doesn't sit. So they came, they participated in a democratic process where you say yes or you say no. They said no. Then they proceed to Parliament, the National Assembly. They come in, the Speaker asks, do we correct? Yes, we correct. Okay, not all members of Parliament are attending, but we are correcting. They say, who's voting? Worst part, it's them who asked. We want it to be voted individual. We don't even want hands. We don't want us to be counted as a bulk. Normally how we vote in Parliament, they will say Action SA, and then I'm the Chief Whip, I'll say Action SA 6. So because it's my members, there are 6. And then everybody else will do the same. This time they said, no, they don't even want that. They want it to be, I'ma say, Lerato Ngobeni, yes. So we did that. All of us.
They agreed on the rules.
The rules were there, and it was all in full view of South Africans to see it. Parliamentary monarchy, because it's televised.
In camera.
Right? So they vote, they lose, they walk out. They should have walked out before, so that sitting doesn't sit, because we would not have curated. So they participate in a democratic process. Now they've lost, they've got sour grapes. Had they won, would they have taken anyone to court? If things had gone their own way. Why? Because what they were voting for, or what they were bargaining for, was not about fighting for VAT for the people of South Africa. They were fighting for other interests. They are fighting for other things that had nothing to do with saving the people of South Africa from a 0.5 VAT increase. Now you ask us, Action SA, I'm going to say this. We, at the press conference, made it abundantly clear. If the African National Congress believes that this is one of their moves, and that they have hoodwinked Action SA or other members who, because not just Action SA that has done what we have done, and we have given proposals to the minister, who has assured us that he's looking at those proposals and that he will try, they were going to do what they can to save the people of South Africa from having a VAT increase. Somebody wrote to me a text and said, my bank has sent me this notification. You are telling me that there will be no VAT. Who must I believe? Now, Action SA didn't say there will be no VAT. We don't have powers to do that. We've got 6 members of Parliament. The minister has the powers to do that. What we said was, we need to vote for a budget framework that puts our priorities, how we're going to do things, in check. But we're saying that framework, we're only supporting you on condition, which is allowed, by the way, to come back. So Parliament will go back and sit. The minister will come back and say, I've considered your options. Sorry, we're still increasing VAT. That's not within our powers. And if that's what the minister will do, and we've been hoodwinked, well, he didn't hoodwink us. He will have hoodwinked the people of South Africa, because he has made a commitment to say, I am going to consider these proposals seriously, so that the people of South Africa don't have to pay for the mismanagement. It is them who have mismanaged state resources. It is them who have chowed the money. So I jokingly say, there are many ways to recover this money. Let the politicians with their 3-story houses, let them be taken, let them be sold. Let their 5 garage cars, let them be sold. Let their side chick apartments be sold. And bring the money back into the state coffers. It's time for them to pay the people of South Africa back. They've been chilling on the gravy train for a long time. So we've made proposals, tangible proposals to them to say, enable SARS to go after the people who must be paying into the fiscus, which they are not. We know that people are evading tax. The easiest example I can make, Mam Kize. How many Mam Kizes are there who are evading tax? How many big conglomerates are cooking their books to not pay the level of tax that they need to pay? Musi Maimane made an interesting suggestion to talk about the gambling industry. It's a R1 trillion industry. They only give back into the fiscus about a 5 billion rand. That is nothing. They must be gone after to pay the proper tax. So all of those suggestions have been made. And so when the minister comes back, it will not be us who will have done anything. Rona, we have put our hand and our heads on the guillotine to say we will fight to advocate for the people of South Africa not to have VAT. When the minister comes back and he gives us VAT, then it's the ANC that has to explain to the people how they came to that. Rona, we will, what we've given is still under consideration. The beautiful thing about modern life is that everything is in black and white. So we have written, and we will simply show the people of South Africa, this is what we said could be done. This is what we said, where we said the money could come from. These are the suggestions that we have made, and the minister has declined them. So how is that an Action SA problem with 6 members in Parliament when you've got the ANC with 159, DA with 87 or whatever, MK with 58, all of these, and you come and you want to blast us with 6 members? What we are doing with those 6 members is to say we are working very hard to be true to what we have promised as a party to the people of South Africa. And it's our right to do that. We went and we put these suggestions on the table. So we have to wait for the time to come. So lastly, what I said to the person who sent me the SMS, who they must believe, I said, you know, if this VAT issue succeeds, and the minister says, guys, we have found other ways to save you from this VAT in this financial year, and we succeed, your bank will simply send you an updated SMS. All these people, your premium, your insurance company, your bank, everyone who has sent you an email, your medical aid, all of them, the very same SMS that they've sent you, they will send you an updated one that says 0 VAT from the 1st of May. Our plight is to say, we want, or by the time Parliament goes back on the 22nd, we go back on the 22nd of April. The Speaker has got the powers to call a Parliamentary, a National Assembly sitting. She'll call it, and when she calls it, we will go. And we will listen to what the Minister of Finance has to say, and the Minister will present what his reworking of the framework or of the budget proposal is. And from an Action SA point of view, if the Minister comes back with VAT included in there, we will not vote for that budget. It's as simple as that.
Okay. In closing,